thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks for having us.
And right after the ACMs, too. Big night for you guys. Nominated for...
We survived Vegas somehow.
Yeah. The nomination was huge. What a great category we were in, the Duo of the Year. And Dan and Shay, fantastic. They deserved it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Very stacked category. There's so many great duos in country music right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys are among them.
We might have to add another member so we can... It's like...
Hey, we feel fortunate and blessed to just be mentioned in the category.
Yeah,
it was
awesome.
great.
How was that night? Was it fun for you? What did you guys do after the show?
We went to the after party. We did the party for a cause for the ACMs. And,
great.
We blew that up. It was awesome. It was really fun. And then we did some stuff. We went out with Jason Aldean because he, Artist of the Decade. So we went to the after party with him, and it was a lot of fun, man. Vegas was crazy. We flew our wives out because they're holding down the fort for the past 6 months while we were on the road. And
it was one big date night for them. It was awesome.
Yeah, do they love it when they get to go to these?
Yeah, they got to get all dressed up and glam up and hit the carpet with us.
They got a little crazy. Cool. They got crazier than us.
Yeah.
So it was every night they were.
Are they basically like sisters now? Because you guys have been together so long.
Yeah.
They're
We're more like sisters and they're like brothers.
And congrats on Brothers, by the way.
Thank you.
Really impressive.
Hey, #1 in Australia.
Wow.
Can we talk about this?
Wow.
I mean, #1 album in Australia.
That means we're big down under.
That's what they say.
Australia loves country music.
She didn't hear that.
She didn't catch it.
Wait.
But the camera guy did. That means we're big down under.
Yeah, see. We're going to start selling shirts.
I got it now.
In Australia, guys.
What has been the response that you've gotten from fans from the album so far in like the week or so that it's been out?
A lot of positivity. I mean, we're very positive energy and bringing smiles, and I feel like the fans are digging that, man. It's a cool record. I feel like if you want to have a good day, if you want to have a good life, you need to buy Brothers.
We're living in a pretty dramatic world right now. It's pretty crazy out there, and anytime you put 11 songs on an album that just feel good and feel so positive, I think people, gravitate towards that.
Yeah, what was the process of making the album? Because you guys put out a great record 2 years ago.
Thank you.
And now this one is coming out. How did you pick which songs
you always
made
gotta
that
try
11?
and beat it. You got to try and beat the last record, and it's always hard because that last record was really good for us. It did well.
And we write a lot, too.
Yeah.
But there's so many great songwriters and so many great songs in Nashville. We kind of put the songs that we wrote up against those songs, and we're like, hey, some of these win. They're just great songs. And so those are the 11 we picked.
And we, have Tyler Hubbard is one of our producers for our new album too. So it's fun to have him and Corey picking with us, and now with a major label, it's a whole nother ball game.
How does because you wrote 3 songs or co-wrote 3 songs on this album, all great, but you did work in songs from other writers. How do you know when you hear one that you're like, wow, this is amazing, this has to be something that we pick over something that you maybe wrote?
It's usually no question.
Yeah.
When we both feel it at the same time, we know it's gone, and he'll call someone and say, put this on hold, we've got this. Yeah. And our label sent us A++ songs. Having a good 3 hits on country music radio, your major songwriters are trying to get a hold of you a little bit more and saying, hey, we got a song for you guys. When Rhett calls and says, hey, I got a song for you, you're going to listen.
Unfortunately, when you have had a #1 song on the radio before as an artist, then the songwriters are pitching you their very best songs. And that feels good to be receiving that kind of music. Right,
that must feel amazing because for so long you were the guys that were pitching to the big names, and now you're the big name.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
And we know the difference between like a B+ song and an A+ song, and so it's like when you start receiving those A+ songs from writers, you're like, okay, now we're getting the good stuff. This is great.
But you guys have been writing A+ songs too.
Thank you.
And title track Brothers is great.
Thank you.
Is that based off your friendship, I'm imagining?
It is, really. I mean, there was a lot of brotherhood in the air when we wrote that. We wrote it with Tyler Hubbard from FGL and Corey, and we were sitting around writing that day, and we were like, has anybody ever talked about, like, in music, like an actual song that addresses the way we feel, like we're not blood brothers, but we feel like brothers? And it is a term of endearment when we use it. We're like, hey, brother, and it just felt good that day.
I don't have any siblings, so he is like my brother. I don't know what that would be like, and I don't think you could get as close as us, relationship-wise. And we've been through a lot of downs, and we've had each other's back, man. And I feel like there's so many people out there. The cool thing about that song is we're hearing a lot of stuff online, and it's my wife's favorite song. You know what I mean? So it's not just about guys; it's girls too. Everybody has that friend that's just as deep as family. You
Always
know what
have
I
their
mean?
back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's pretty rare too, because we hear so many country songs about love, about like actual blood family.
Yeah, rather
but
than
friendship is so important as well.
It's so important, especially right now in this world.
What songs off of Brothers are you guys, maybe like deep cuts that you're excited for fans to start listening to?
Definitely one big country song.
Yeah.
It's like one big
Oh,
sing along.
yeah.
I mean, it's the first track.
It's
on
so
the album.
fun to perform live too, man. Just getting in.
Yeah.
The last time we felt that passionate when we're on stage and someone's singing back a song was "I Love This Life."
Yeah.
And to say that "I Love This Life" was massive for us, and it still is massive.
We also love God Thing.
Yeah, that was a really cool one.
Yeah, it's kind of a God thing that we got it. I mean, we almost didn't have this song on our album.
The deep cut, I would say, is "Kissing a Girl Goodnight."
Oh yeah, especially
Yeah.
with your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a.
It's hard to sing.
Yeah.
We don't get too emotional, but because we like to party a lot.
Cue the
but-
Kleenex commercial right
Dude,
now.
serious. I can't even sing it live when it gets to that part.
I love One Big Country Song too, because
Thank you.
I never heard a song that really captured like what makes country music so universal, because so many people have this misconception that it's only about people from the South, only about
Right.
Christians, only
No.
about
And
white
that's
people.
what it's all about,
from
is
Baltimore.
bringing people together. That's what we loved about the song, is how the lyric brings everybody together. And so many times you're out and about and something will happen and be like, well, that's a country song right there. And so
It's the lyric, it's the
Yeah.
vibe. I mean, you look at a lot of people, the cross. There's a lot of cross genres right now with country music, because I feel like Nashville is very open-minded. We're very open-minded, and we love just music, and that's what we are. We just love music. You don't just hear country music in our cars or anything like that.
Yeah.
Even though '90s country music got us into country music, but still it's one of those things where you just expand.
Yeah, I feel like more people are pushing into pop, pushing
100%.
into
Yeah.
R&B.
definitely.
I feel like the best example of this right now is Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy Ray
Billy Ray got on
just
that.
jumped on it.
Which
Yeah.
Billy Ray sounds great on it. I mean,
And
I
he's our
think
label
that
mate.
makes it sound country to me, because Billy's voice has that tone.
That
so,
twang, yeah. What was you guys' first reaction when you heard that song?
Oh, we love the Billy Ray version.
Yeah, the
I
Billy
mean,
Ray
it's
version
awesome.
I like more. I mean,
We texted him right away, and we were like,
I think it's
this
great
is
for
rocking, dude.
Little Nas, though. I think it's great
awesome.
for him
Yeah.
that he's getting the success and seeing that story explode like that immediately. And
And I think like country music's kind of like Thanksgiving dinner in an old country home. It's just like the door's unlocked, the door's open. Just come on in, and if you got something to offer, then we'll all sit down at the table and talk about it and eat together. And that's what country music is. It's
I
one
think
big
Billy
family.
Ray fixed what everybody was yelling about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
But still, a great song and catchy. But I think that made it, gave it the country vibe and welcome him in.
If you love that video, you're going to love everything on the Access YouTube channel. So hit the subscribe button. You can thank me later. Hit it. Now. Thanks.